Human Events Daily, Charlie Kirk Memorial Show, Washington, D.C. And when I look at the tributes coming out, by the way, I have to, something I haven't mentioned, the sports tributes. Charlie was an incredible sports fan. And Yankee Stadium put him up. Something completely outside of politics, but it didn't matter because Charlie was bigger than politics. He was an icon. And he just visited Wrigley Field, Chicago Cubs recently. Dream of his since he was young. Since he was young, but since he was a little boy. And you're starting to see even now athletes, people are sending me tweets and messages that are coming in where there were so many people in the sports world, in the corporate world, in the tech world who were great fans of Charlie. And yet, because of the circumstances of the situation our country is in, they previously were not able to publicly voice that support because of what we've been living through in this country. And that's the saddest part of all. Because everything that Charlie Kirk did to get us out of the situation we were in is what led them to do this. They couldn't debate him, so they shot him. I want to bring Libby Emmons on now, editor-in-chief of the Post-Millennial and a good friend of Charlie, as well as the editor of Human Events. Libby, how you holding up?
I'm finding this to be a difficult time. I'm sure that it's much more difficult for the people who are close to Charlie. An unforgettable presence, and certainly this is a loss the world will not soon forget. I think it's really interesting in telling what you're talking about with the sports figures who have come out and given their sadness and shared that grief with the world now that Charlie has passed. And you said something very interesting, which is that a lot of people did not feel that they were able to do that previously. And I think that attitude that we can, that we are cowed, that we will not speak out the truth, that we will hide what we really feel and really think, that we will let our, blue-haired cousins or our, HR departments or anybody else tell us what we can and cannot say, what we can and cannot think. That comes to an end. That comes to an end now, because there is absolutely no good reason when you look back on it, when you look back over the past 10 years or so, there's absolutely no good reason that we shouldn't all have been speaking up and speaking the truth and being honest and direct and forthright this entire time. There's no reason for it. There was no reason for it then, and there's no reason for it now. And if there's anything that we move forward with in terms of something to take from this, it is to speak out. It is to be honest. It is to be direct and forthright with a smile on your face. It is to share the word of God in your actions and in your deeds, and to do that unflinchingly, just unflinchingly. No more bowing, no more keeping silent because you're afraid of your friends. Absolutely, that comes to an end right now. If we all just speak up together, if we all have that courage, then they can't take us. Then there's nothing that can be done to silence us, because we would be too loud. As loud as a Turning Point event, frankly, because those things get really loud.
Well, that's right. And
yeah.
I know that Charlie would tell us exactly that. If he were here today, he would say, keep going. Be loud. Take up space. Get out there. Show them what you're made of, and don't back down. Because Charlie never backed down.
Yeah, no, and this is something I was talking to the Human Events columnist
He just never stopped.
Yeah, I was talking to the Human Events columnist, and we yesterday had basically started putting together a tribute, something that we, I think, collectively hoped would be a giant get well card that we could send with a big teddy bear and balloons. And that, of course, changed as the day went on. But everybody had something to say. Everybody was touched by Charlie, whether they had met him or not, or just been to an event, or had seen his clips and seen what he was capable of and seen what he had done. Everyone had something to say. And there was when I talked to our, columnist chat, and I said, we're going to need a column on Charlie, and everyone wanted to write it. Literally everyone wanted to write it, And so we gathered, Kenny Cody and I, the opinion editor, we gathered together everybody's thoughts and put that together. And you can read that on humanevents.com. It's something that I think is definitely worth taking the time to look at. And, I certainly hope that it's something that Charlie would like himself, ideally. That's who it's for.
Well, and Charlie's just always been such a supporter of the post-millennial, of human events, really integral, a story that we haven't really even told, to, taking those platforms to the next level. Just so much that he did behind the scenes to encourage new media, building institutions, taking things to the next level, even stuff that he didn't need his name on, didn't want his name on, because he wasn't about that. He didn't need his name on everything. He just wanted people to be doing well. And I think that was sort of, just one of his many, many incredible talents, that he truly lived for others and not himself.
Yeah, I think that's right. And that story of Charlie's hand in the post-millennial and human events, and bringing those two properties together, and then boosting them. I'm forever grateful to Charlie for that. And, for making it so that we can have this platform, and that all of my staff, who are wonderful people, are able to speak out and are able to write the truth. I think that's so important. And literally everyone on staff at Post Millennial had something positive to say. All of the editors and writers came together and shared their thoughts. And these were all personal memories. This isn't just like, Charlie Kirk is a great figure and I've seen him from afar. This was, Charlie Kirk is someone who touched my life personally. And I was very moved by what everyone had to say for that. And thinking back on the times that I was on Charlie's show a couple of times, I shared the stage with him once or twice, and every single time I was honored to be part of the thing that he was doing, quite frankly, because it always felt like something that was urgent and integral and really important for the future of this country that he loved, that I love, that we all love so much. And when I think back on, those times, he always was so generous with himself, with his intelligence. He was always direct and just so open and, willing to share what he had.
Always willing to share the spotlight too. Always willing to share.
Yeah.
Libby Emmons, thank you so much for being here today, for sharing your voice. I know it's a tough day to do this.
Thank you so much, Jack. I appreciate it.
All right, folks, this is not the end of the story. We're going to be wrapping for now, but this isn't the way the story ends. The story keeps going. The fight keeps going. We stay on mission. We lock in for Charlie. And we will respond to the people who did this. There was a debt. You robbed the world of Charlie. You robbed his family. You robbed his children. And the debt will be paid. It's as simple as that. So I wanted to end on this and to say, God bless you, Charlie. I will tell your children who you were. You fought the fight. You died with your boots on. And I know now you are in the presence of the King. Until we meet again, brother.